I spent a bunch of time analyzing and reflecting on why it was that we were even able to do it, because like all reasons suggest that we shouldn't have been able to do it, right? Because all these other companies had way more engineering power and servers and time and money and all this stuff. And I actually think that this is a pretty instructive thing for anything that you want to go do, because this is the same property is going to be true for anything that you guys start, is that someone else is going to have more resources and be able to do it. The reason why I think we actually ended up being the ones doing it is because we just cared way more about it than everyone else. There were always projects at some of these other companies that were these hobbies, but we always thought that it was this really important thing and really just like felt in our gut and our heart that we wanted to do it. And you know, early on, there were always these skeptics saying that, oh, this can't be a business. We didn't actually care that much about it being a business early on, but a lot of the reason why bigger companies didn't invest in it was because it wasn't clear that there was a model that would work for it.
It seemed like a bad idea.
Yeah, and I actually think that that's true for a lot of the best ideas.
I was with a friend who went to the hospital one day. He asked me to go with him. His grandmother was dying. I was just standing behind him, just sort of holding him up, man. Come on, man, just do it. And she said, baby, I'm not gonna make it. I'm finna go home. But I called you down here because I want to ask you something. She said, do you know your great-grandfather's name? He said, no, my dear, I don't. She said, you know why? She said, because he didn't leave you nothing. She said, when I die, I want you to go away from here, and I want you to live your life so that your children's grandchildren will know your name. And the only way for them to know who you are is you got to leave them something. That day, he didn't get the message, but I heard it though. I heard it. And when I heard that,
most people don't have a compelling vision for their own future. They don't. They move through life setting goals. You know, you set goals, and sometimes you hit them, sometimes you don't. Most times you don't. Okay, and that's okay. But goals almost became a synonym for like, oh, I'm going to set a goal, and who gives a shit what really happens afterwards. And it almost is synonymous with failure now, goal setting. There's something above, and I believe in setting goals, but there's got to be something above your goals. And that's your vision for the future. And it's not just about, it doesn't have like an ending point. It's about the world being a certain way. And that's inspiring. When you truly have a vision for your future that inspires you, you're going to jump up out of bed in the morning and feel great about going at life versus being miserable and going to a job you hate or living a life that doesn't empower you and just, you know, every day moving through just almost like an automaton, not really, you know, having the zest and the greatness of life.
I advise students, as much as possible, look for the job that you would take if you didn't need a job. I mean, you know, don't sleepwalk through life, and don't say it's all going to be great. You know, I'll do this and I'll do that, and you know, I'm just marking time to get to be older. That, as I've told people, that's like saving up sex for your old age. I mean, it just is not it is not a good idea. Yeah.
What are you urging them to do?
I'll explain just what I'm talking about. Now, you really want to be doing what you love doing, and you can't necessarily find it on your first job.
Right.
But don't give up.
If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up.
My dad always says, you are what you do, not what you say. Well, you grown-ups say you love us, but I challenge you, please, make your actions reflect your words.
If you believe in yourself, you will know how to ride a bike. If you don't, you just keep practicing.
You better not give up on us. No, you better not. Because, as you know, in some cases, you're all we've got.
And if I can be nice, I think all of us can be nice too. This is your turn. Now go out there and take it.
You just have to try different things, and even if 99% of them fail, you only have to be right one time. You don't have to figure it all out in advance. You can be wrong. You could pick the wrong career. You can pick the wrong job. You can pick the wrong spouse. You can pick the wrong whatever. But you get it right one time, you're set. But if you don't try, and if you don't go out there and try all those different things, you'll never get that one time. And so it's not a question of, okay, how much different stuff do I do, or how many different things should you try? Try them all. Try them all until you find the one you like. And then it's like, it gets really easy. Because even when shit's up, you're on a mission. You're loving what you do, you know, and then it gets easy. And so that's just the approach I've always tried to instill in people who work for me and myself.
You got what you wanted, didn't you? Work, husband, normal life.
Do you know, this morning, I was on a train that went through a city that wouldn't exist if it wasn't for you. Now, if you wish you could have been normal, I can promise you I do not. The world is an infinitely better place, precisely because you weren't.
You really think that?
I think that sometimes it is the people who no one imagines anything of who do the things that no one can imagine.
I was raised on a farm with my grandmother for the first 6 years of my life. I knew somehow that my life would be different and it would be better. I never had a clear-cut vision of what it was I would be doing. I just always felt somehow. I remember absolutely physically feeling it at around 4 years old. I remember standing on the back porch. It was a screened-in porch, and my grandmother was boiling clothes because, you know, at that time, we didn't have washing machines, and so people would, you know, physically boil clothes in a great big iron pot, and she was boiling clothes and poking them down. And I was watching her from the back porch, and I was 4 years old, and I remember thinking, my life won't be like this. My life won't be like this. It will be better. And it wasn't from a place of arrogance. It was just a place of knowing that things could be different for me.
We stop hurting each other because we believe in something different than the person standing next to us. The one thing that can't be defeated is love, right? Celebrating life. We don't care what you look like. We don't care where you come from. We don't care what you believe in. We love every single one of you out there. And nothing will ever change.